Dude, I saw the biggest roach the other day. I can't even begin to tell you how creeped out I was when I saw it.
Oh no. My wife is going to freak. I know if she sees it, of course she's going to ask me to kill it. How big was it, anyway?
This big.
How big?
This big.
You do realize you don't have actual hands to show me how big this big is. Just tell me verbally, how big was it?
This big.
I wish you would go away this much.
Hey there guys, today we're playing Dead Island Riptide for the Xbox 360. This is the first time that I've ever played this. I've only seen trailers of this. This was at the Red Box. I told you guys I was broke, so I'm going to go back and play older games. This just came out recently, and the reason why I was able to play this because I'm broke, because it was one of the few times that Red Box actually had a game that wasn't a year old. And I've wanted to play this for quite some time because I was a terribly huge fan. Even though I was saying quite some time, it just came out not too long ago. But since they announced this, I wanted to play it because I was a terribly huge fan of the first game. Unfortunately, I heard the Xbox version was better, so I ran the Xbox version. The PlayStation 3 version actually had better graphics the first go around. And the frame rate was about equal with the Xbox version, so I went with the PS3 version last time, but unfortunately I can't continue my game, so I'm going to start from scratch. You might have noticed I had a couple videos of Dead Island, so we're going to go to options and put subtitles, because again I was lazy. They already have subtitles suggested, so that's good. But I was somewhat lazy again. I have a headphone jack. It's like hooked up to this long ass wire, and I just hate pulling out the headphones and hooking it up to the jack, and there's no volume dial unless I hook it up to the converter that changes it to surround sound, and I'm probably boring you with this. But anyway, I like this game. It's like a zombie tropical version of Skyrim or Fallout 3, but with zombies, and to me that appeals to me. Although I like the Fallout universe more than the Skyrim universe or the Elder Scroll universe, just because I don't know, the environments of Fallout in these games just appeal to me more. The more modern it is, or less swords and sorcery-ish it is. I'm gonna play as her. I always like playing as her because she has knives and usually can decapitate people. You can import your character, obviously, as I'm seeing now. Again, this is the first time I ever played this. It looks like they've done little to change the engine, but I've never actually seen the Xbox 360 version of the first game, so I'm not sure. So I'll select her.
My father was a chief inspector for the Hong Kong police. He died when I was 10, and I told myself
I think they told the same story. A lot of people complain that
but the men in charge never intended for me to be a real police
stay
officer.
alive.
They didn't
Select
believe
one
in me.
predefined skills.
Now, no one can deny who I am.
Let me turn the sound down because it's
What I'm
interfering.
capable of. I thought I needed to prove my worth to my superiors. But now I know.
Alright, I don't remember
never
dealing
were my superiors.
with this part of the
Despite
options.
what they believe.
Stay alive longer, good mix of survival
And I know
and
there's more to
damage.
this tragedy than meets the eye.
I kind of want to go with
Infection,
combat.
this plague is human-born.
I like that she can decapitate people with like cleavers and stuff like that. I the weapons, at least in the first game, were somewhat rare, so I usually like to go with the sharper weapons. But I heard not much is actually changed from the first game, which a lot of people complained about, but to me that's perfectly fine because I didn't really see fault in the first game. Sometimes I think some of the more powerful zombies are a pain in the ass, but a lot of times you come across that with any of these types of RPG games that you play. And this is $10 cheaper than a regular game, so you got that going for you. If I had the money, I would have bought this no problem. I'm just disappointed that the PlayStation 3 version, at least until it's patched, or from what I read, it's like super, like, I don't know, like kind of glitchy, and they took out some of the effects, which graphics aren't supposed to be important, but I don't like it when they completely take out something. I don't mind it if it's if the resolution or something's lowered, but when they take out special effects like certain reflections and stuff like that are in the other console version, I'm not counting PC because I know people have physics cards and stuff like that, but when one console has something that the other one doesn't, I don't have patience or tolerance for that. I never beat the first game, so this is pretty much ruining the ending for me. I was actually going to go back to the game soon, but I figured the way Redbox is, if you don't rent the new games while you see them, you'll probably never see them again afterwards. And then you're just left with, man, I should have rented that game, but somebody else has it, and they're probably using it as a coaster, and it's probably lost somewhere. I don't know. Like, people around here don't take their games back. I should just get a GameFly account, but I don't know, like $20 a month, and then there's a risk of having a game get lost in mail, and I don't know if how you're held responsible for it, but I don't know, like, I don't trust the people around here. I don't know whether this is a cutscene or rendered. It's probably rendered. One thing even on the lesser ports to the PS3 does that I notice when I'm playing 360 games is it takes advantage of the Blu-ray storage capacity a lot of times, and the cutscenes look like real-time gameplay footage, and sometimes I can't tell what the difference between the two are. The voice acting is still terrible. I like the tropical setting of these games, the Dead Island games, just because it's in the tropics, first of all, which is nice. It reminds me of Far Cry 3. And I like that the zombies decompose faster. If they were in a colder environment or somewhere else, they might not decompose. They might just look like boring zombies like they do in that Walking Dead game that just came out not too long ago that was awful. That was a Redbox game too. I'm so glad that I never got that game. I'm a huge fan of the show and the comic book and the Telltale game, but that game was just, it was bad. And some people like it. Bless their hearts. You know, sometimes we all have different tastes in things. And I'm glad that they spent a lot of money and felt like they got their money's worth, because there's nothing worse than spending a lot of money on a game that blows or is average. Like Aliens Colonial Marines, I really liked the game the first few times I played it for what it was, but then after a while I never picked it up again. It was an average game, definitely not worth $60, but worth $30 if you could get it that way. If they finish the story with downloadable content, I'll probably look higher in regards with that game, but the part that I hate the most about the game, besides the people shooting at boxes, trying to shoot through you because they're not smart enough to to make the animation where their guns actually go over the boxes and the bullets aren't shooting into the boxes when they're trying to take cover. The part that bugs me the most about that game is the ending. I was all like stoked about the game until it ended abruptly and it just didn't have any conclusion. But it looks like we're getting to play finally. How about that? I've been rambling about unrelated things.
They have a very high tolerance, Mr. Serpo. I've already administered 3 doses.
So how much longer? You
I
said
hope
we'd
this
have
game
results
doesn't have film grain on it.
Uncharted territory. We'll need another day at least.
I know it's supposed to be stylish and whatnot, but I hate when games put film grain on it. Like my last video was Lollipop Chainsaw. I think that I would enjoy the graphics a lot better if you at least just had the option to take the grain filter off. I know when you beat the second, it does have a grain filter, it appears.
My head.
What the hell happened?
Speaking of alien colonial marines, they just put a grain filter on stuff. But look, at first they made it where you can't take it off, but now they made it where you can.
You've been bitten.
But I remember Silent Hill 2, the first game that I've ever saw a grain filter put in because they wanted to look like an Italian horror movie or David Lynch movies that are from the 80s, so it has that VHS grain filter. It's like Dario Argento, Suspiria, like, and except not nearly as colorful. I think Silent Hill maybe had like 3 colors, white, black, and gray. But yeah, when you finish the game, even that had an option to take the grain filter off. I don't know if this does or not, because I'm listening to these people talk, and since I'm recording this video, I don't even know what's going on. I haven't read. You know, I'll figure out the story on my own time. And this grain filter's pretty aggressive.
Where are the others?
Shut up.
Taken them when
I can figure it out on my own. Oh, it doesn't have a grain filter. Are you telling me that's how bad the video was? She's weaving back and forth. Since I didn't watch the cutscene, I don't know if that's because she's drugged or what. And I don't know what the controls are in this game. Things look pretty similar. When Dead Island first came out, like, your punches and kicks didn't really take as much stamina. Now they take quite a bit. I could usually just pound the shit out of most zombies. I guess this is close to the PlayStation version. I'm sitting really close to the TV because the microphone tripod's really low. And what the TV's sitting on is kind of low. So I'm pretty immersed in this game right now. Textures aren't bad. I heard this game had somewhat low textures, but they're not bad. I don't feel like it's worse than the first game. I guess these are the reflections they were talking about. Maybe the PlayStation was missing on the water and stuff like that. I don't know. I always thought it'd be cool if they made Elder Scroll games, and I'd like it so much if they went the route, what is it, like Shadowrun or whatever the heck that is, where it's like takes place in the future but there's still orcs and magic and stuff. I'd love to see the Elder Scrolls do something like that. Oh, this boat reminds me when I was in Key West and we were in really choppy water and we went to the real deep end. There's at least 200-300 feet deep and the waves are getting bad. Like, you'd see the water come up like a foot to the ledge of the boat and then go down 10 feet. And it was cool at first, but then your equilibrium and your ear couldn't take it anymore after 2 hours, because it was like being on a roller coaster ride for like 2 hours, which I don't think anybody's done unless they own one themselves or they have an amusement park all of themselves. And I just felt so sick, and it was so rough. And it took like 5 hours to get back to shore. I just had to put my head down. If you had to use the bathroom, that was quite an experience, trying to aim into the toilet while you're weaving back and forth. And it was weaving back and forth awfully strong because like they had a kitchen and the microwave actually flew off of the counter, and it was actually just being held by the wire on the microwave. Oh shit. I don't have to scream about it. Actually, I probably would yell too. So I'm guessing I should turn this off somehow. Is there a way to turn it off? The first game didn't start like this, but oh, now it just stopped. Whatever. But I was sitting on the booth. It like had like fast food restaurant like booths with like the vinyl seats, so they're kind of slick if you're wearing like cotton or whatever. And I had my head down and I was sliding from one end to the booth to the other for 5 hours straight. It's amazing I didn't throw up. And like when I finally thought that like I was good enough to go out and try to go fishing, like I'd go out and I'd see the water again, and I'd just like back into the booth, sliding back and forth. And I still felt sick even when I got off of the boat. One thing I hope this game does, find out what's going on. Don't have a flashlight? I do have a flashlight. In the first game you had a flashlight, that's why I assumed. One thing I didn't like about the first game, if I had to complain, beside I guess the obvious stuff other people are complaining about and the monsters being stronger or whatnot, is I felt like the weapons deteriorated too fast. But this is a game that got patched fairly often, so I feel like anything in the first game, if you played it now, would probably be like in the sequel, because it gets patched so often. It probably has the same balance as the first game does now, because the balance has changed so much since the game came out, the first game I'm talking about. This crowbar's pretty plain. I remember playing the other ones and they had dents in them and stuff, but I have not played the Xbox 360 version of the first one. I noticed this game doesn't have any anti-aliasing.
Not anymore.
A police baton. I'm thinking crowbar is going to work better with it. This is like Rage, where you can just get, where your pockets are like unlimited. Yeah, what am I going to do with the bench? I guess that's for people who imported their characters. Up we go. Man, this ship has nothing but valves in it.
Oh no. That doesn't sound good.
It might be in my head, but I think the presentation of this game looks a little bit better. Especially the subtitles look a little bit neater. It's just something simple.
I need to put out the fire.
There's a million freaking valves. Why can't I turn any of them? Can I grab that? No. Oh, it's a gas fire. Why would that even work? Oh yeah, you can see their feet. And they look really deformed. None of the characters look particularly well. I believe this character is supposed to be Chinese, but unless my TV is color's too dark, she just looks way dark to be Chinese, unless she's like has like the darkest tan ever. It just doesn't look right. The color and everything. But I'm also colorblind, so it might just be a certain hue or whatever. It just looks off. Because the cover art doesn't, and I guess I came up with this conclusion because I know people can have darker skin naturally or whatever, but the artwork and stuff like that doesn't match what she looks like in the game, and that's what looks off. I put my dog out so she wouldn't bust open the door, and now she's barking her head off outside. The hell am I supposed to go? Remember folks, this is the first time I played this game, so if I do anything stupid, it's because it's the first time I played it. I don't know what I'm doing. And I can't walk there. I gotta turn this fire off somehow. You'd think I'd be able to turn that. Oh, here's a ladder. You deceptive ladder, you hiding on me. This video might be longer than usual, but there's a fast forward button on YouTube. But why would you want to fast forward through this excellent commentary?
Looks like the walkway's clear.
That would be insane. Listen to that award-winning acting there. Speaking of actors, since everybody else is talking about it, Kevin Conroy not being Batman, that's pretty much a bummer, and it's supposed to be Batman Origins. But I think what people forget, even though they're trying to back up on their statements, but I keep all my old magazines when the developers talk about stuff, the Batman Arkham series is supposed to kind of take place.
I am so sick of this.
I guess you're a bit jaded now. Wow, you guys die a lot faster than the other zombies. Oh, this game's so much harder to play when you're 1 foot away from the screen. I wonder if my technique of what I usually do works. It's this damn boat that's throwing me off. It's rocking back and forth. I think that's what it is. That, and I'm super close to the screen. Zombies, they just keep on getting up. But anyway, like, I know they have Oracle, which used to be Batgirl and all this stuff, so I don't know what they were trying to do, but in the magazine it says it's fairly already early in Batman's career, and Kevin Conroy did voice Batman when he was earlier, and even though they're not making a big deal out of it, the reason why I think a different company beside Rocksteady's making this Arkham game is because Rocksteady's working on one that'll probably take place in the future, and it probably will have Kevin Conroy. But I'm not too upset about that because I like a lot of the newer movies. I actually really thought it was cool that Peter Weller voiced the Batman from Batman Dark Knight Returns, which is incredible. I mean, it's not the comic book, but it translated really well in the comic book, which I thought wouldn't, because I thought it'd be a bunch of news broadcasts, like, because a lot of the comic book is, I need something sharp. That's what I picked that I was supposed to be good at. Oh, my crowbar's barely been damaged. That's way different from the first game.
What's in here?
But there we go, something sharp. Oh, this knife looks too clean. And kick you in the face. Wow, that have a really powerful kick. Did I cut his head off? No. But your hand got cut off. And apparently your blood still is pumping. You know what? Everybody's bitching about this game. I already can tell I like it, but I like the first one. So if this game is like the first one with a few perks, and if it has the same issues as the first one, I'll be perfectly content. But I heard this first part of the game's actually pretty fun. People are more disappointed with the later parts. Oops, wrong button. Thought I was playing PlayStation. Yeah. Oh man. Let me see. Wow. This thing, like, is barely damaged. In the first game. Oh shit. Is that water? What the hell's going on? In the first game, after like 1 or 2 zombies, your knife would be so crooked and bent. Those are some nice chairs. It reminds me of grade school. You know what they should make a game out of, even though it'd be nuts, is Return of the Living Dead. Because those zombies don't die. Like, well, I mean, they're already dead, so they can't die. But they, like, talk and they run, but every part of them that gets cut off still goes after you. They can't, like, fully be destroyed. Wow, both of these look really tempting. I still kind of like this. And I am completely shocked. I would have thought, since that they put all those updates for the first game, that things would wear out just as fast, but apparently not. Where'd my knife go? That's unacceptable. I need my knife. Inventory looks different from the first game. Equipped. I said equipped. What do I have to put in my little circle? Where are my items? I'm pushing these buttons way too fast. Right, quit there. Place it with the police baton. There we go. And it does have power left. Yes, it does. So I wasn't dreaming that this thing's not wearing out that fast. I think there'd be more knives in here since it's a damn kitchen. Which way do I go? Listen to me, I'm all giddy because I killed a few zombies. And here's one after me. I spoke too soon. One thing I have to say though, those zombies are a little bit ridiculously buff. I'd say they're bloated and because they're rotting, but I just think they're just exaggeratingly huge. One thing that usually works is jump kicking them, and then you can just beat and stab the living shit out of them. What's that left bumper thing do? Was that in the first game? I don't know. I really need to go back and play it. I'm really spoiling the story for me starting this game, but I couldn't resist because, like I said, if I didn't play it now, I was probably never going to see it again unless I bought it. Oh, shit. Well, switch me to this thing again. Where's my knife? Did she lose a knife or something? It has to be here. I am so glad they fixed the weapons not messing up or wearing out that fast, because it sucked how much it cost to repair the weapons constantly. Because with the bigger enemies, using your fist just doesn't cut it. And I mean that figuratively and literally. I couldn't said that more slurred if I tried. And I'm not even under the influence. How the hell do we get out of here? Come on. Yeah, like she's gonna bust the door open with her high heel. You're dreaming. You don't look too good. I would love to play a Return of the Living Dead game. That would literally be survival, because you can't shoot them in the head to kill them. But you could chop them up to pieces to the point where they're no longer a threat, where their arms and stuff just hurt you. He has a machete, which I really want. See, this has both running zombies and slow moving ones, which I can accept, at least a combination, but I can't accept the running zombies all the time. Like, I feel like it's realistic if you well, zombies in general aren't realistic, but I think it's more realistic to have them running all the time versus, like, maybe based on their state of decay, whether they can run or not. I don't know. I probably worded that not the way I intended. But I think at least it makes sense why some can run and some can't, because some are more decayed than others. What is that? Oh, it's just a shitty wooden plank. I thought it was a machete or something. That was a mean trick. know one thing. I hope her stamina raises up a little bit. And jump kick. That still works. They call them walkers in this. I remember a time where I was in the zombies and nobody else was. At least at my school. But most people never heard of George Romero or Dawn of the Dead. I had my little Anchor Bay special edition VHS. I used to take the jacket because the Anchor Bay video releases always had a reverse side. I had that in Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, which I never got on DVD for some reason. I don't understand why not. I own like 2 or 3 different copies of the VHS movie, which I probably don't even have anymore. I really need to get that because I was waiting for the Book of the Dead, and I procrastinated. The Book of the Dead's the one that actually comes in the Necronomicon, and I procrastinated. Now it's on Blu-ray, and you can't get the Book of the Dead anymore. I had the Book of the Dead, the first Evil Dead, and then I had the bootleg director's cut of Army of Darkness, which has the extra scenes in it that they found, so whenever there's an extra scene, the video quality goes super bad. My weapon's bad and super damaged. That's okay. I just died. That's not cool. But I got a wrench now. And you're gonna get a wrench too, just not in the way that I have it. Wish this water was a little bit more see-through. Oh, that smashed his head to like a nasty pulp. I approve. Am I dead again? So disorienting to play up to this close to the screen. I don't know if the boat's rocking or the frame rate feels a little bit off. If there's no screen tearing that I see, but if there's screen tearing in the video, that might be a good indication of a fluctuation of the frame rate. Well, it's nice to know the fan still works. She has like a military, like, freaking... What am I supposed to do here? Oh, I'm supposed to hold it, duh. The Xbox prompts throw me off so much. Especially since I just finished Dishonored. I keep on thinking all these games I need to record. I'm talking about the Batman games and haven't recorded those, and Dishonored, I just finished that. I need to record that, but I didn't want to record it until I at least finished it, because I wanted to finish it stealth. Let me rephrase that. I wanted to finish it with the stealth ending. And I just don't think I could have did that while talking at the same time. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Wow, a gun. And lots of ammo. Alright. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like I'm alone. I can't wait to use this gun. I'm super excited. I don't even know how to reload this thing. Oh, why? I was about to say triangle. Bam! What? This is a damn shotgun, for crying out loud. I figured as rare as the ammo is, it'd be like one shot, one kill as long as you shoot him in the head. I like there's 50 criticals there. A lemon juice and a rotten body. Perfect combination. Alright guys, I'm going to stop here because this video is probably getting ridiculously long. Wow, that was really cool. Listen to me geeking out. Yeah guys, I wanted to start talking about, when I was talking about Batman and Kevin Conroy not doing the voice, I was actually going to say I was more upset about Solid Snake's voice not being voiced by our big boss. Actually is voiced by David Hayter, but I don't know if that's the case. And the reason why I'm just randomly bringing it up now is because I meant to bring it up like a half an hour ago. But anyway, I know it's abrupt and I'm not even going to elaborate on any of that. I just think he should always voice Snake. You can stomp on their heads. That is nice. But I think they might be playing a trick. Or maybe he voices Solid Snake but not Big Boss. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to end this video because it's just going to go on and on. Man, that looked cool. On and on. And I think you guys get the gist. It's fun. If you like the first one, I've played it for the amount of time that you've seen on this video. My first initial reaction is positive. So, yeah. So far, I'm really digging this, but I really dug the first game. And I heard this was largely like the first game. So, if you like the first game, then it might not be a bad idea to check this out. But again, this is just my initial first impression of Dead Island Riptide. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. And hopefully it will be fantastic. Oh, they didn't get to show me to smash the head. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and you guys take care. Alright, bye.